r/ask Reddit. What is a question you wish people wouldn't ask you? Why are you wasting your time doing something that I enjoy doing? Why are you wasting time worrying about what I'm doing? I'm taking this response for later, probably to dig myself further into a metaphorical hole. As a single dad, I wish people wouldn't ask me about my son's mother. 9 times out of 10, they just want gossip. I love the argument I have every year with the school. We need her contact info for emergencies. No, absolutely forbidden, and here's the documents backing up she lost all rights. And if you take a cursory glance at page 3, you can fill in the blanks as to why she is to have zero contact. We still need to be able to text her for important dates and in the event of emergencies. That brings back some bad memories. I had sole custody of my son, and back in 1996 his mother showed up out of the blue, probably just got out of jail. After 3 years, the principal just handed him over without so much as a phone call to me until after he was on a plane with the ex. Took a month to get him back. Had to go back to court and the judge was so pissed he nearly threw her in jail. My son was in therapy for over a year because of that episode. The principal stood by her decision, but quit and left before a lawsuit was filed by us. My mother died when I was a child. People made idiotic assumptions about my father's ability to parent. Feed the kids. You know they don't eat at home. Honey, do you wanna talk about girl things? Oh, what's the name of your maid? I know you can't keep the house this clean. A guy went out with a guy who had been widowed a few years ago. He raised 3 kids mostly on his own. Had a successful career. Was super fit. Neat freak. My mum asked me, who cleans his house? To be fair, my mum is a stupid bitch. When are you getting married? Getting married doesn't stop it. The question just changes to when are you having kids? We don't know if we want kids. Oh, you'll change your mind. Beach. Why did you ask if you were just going to dismiss my answer? I'm 21 and anytime the topic comes up and I say I'm not sure that I even want kids, people always say that. I'm not even in a relationship or in any position to be considering that idea. Why do people feel the need to say things like that? Can't they just be okay with the idea that not everyone wants kids? My wife and I were dealing with her best friend's mom, who is a realtor, when we were looking for a house. We laid out very clearly what we wanted and where we wanted to buy. She kept showing us like 1,500 plus square foot townhomes and duplex houses in neighborhoods that had a great elementary school nearby and were almost 200-300k over our budget. Her excuse was, look, I'm just trying to look out for your future children. Your family is expanding, and it's my job to look out for my clients. Neither me nor my wife want children. I finally told her after like the third 2,000 plus square foot townhome she showed us in a day that your job is to find us the house we want, not to worry about how many kids we might have, which is none. If you show us another townhome or a duplex, we're walking. She showed us a home that she deemed was bottom of the barrel immediately after. We got a great deal on it and have been there for 4 years. How's your love life going? It hasn't been going for years. You know this. Love life is a rather grandiose term for staring at women on the bus. Why don't you have a girlfriend? Because I work weird hours and don't get to go out and meet people. Also, I'm socially awkward as duck. Quit asking. Mom. Username checks out. Speaking of usernames, nice username. I feel like the too much information approach is the way to go here. When he stops finishing on my tits. Or, we've been going at it at least twice a day, but just not having any luck. I know, right? I mean, I'm full of his happy batter right now after a quickie on the car ride over, but it seems that none of the little bastards can find its way to my eggs. I've never heard it as happy batter before and I never want to again. I used to be polite and now I start talking about all of the tests and treatments we have gone through to still have no children. Well, Martha, if you didn't want to hear in detail about my ovaries and my husband's motility, why did you even ask? I always hope it will shock them out of asking someone else such a personal and sometimes painful question. Are you going to have another baby when my child is not even 10 months old? 10 is greater than 9, so I guess you're behind schedule. My aunt accidentally got pregnant immediately. My cousins ended up in the same school year. What happened to your neck? I have a big scar at my throat. Had my thyroids removed because of cancer. It's never fun to tell the story and people are all like, oh shit, I'm so sorry after that. Definitely a way to kill the mood. I got hanged for internet piracy but the hacker 4chan rescued me. I got too frisky in the bedroom on Valentine's Day. It's a tattoo of my butthole repeated 67 times and overlaid on top of itself. The bungee cord snapped. The umbilical cord snapped. My boss snapped. I love the idea with the butthole tattoo. One time I told a coworker I was a spy in my past life and got the scar from when a policeman in Russia tried to kill me during interrogations with a knife on my throat. Good times. Why are you so quiet? Why are you so loud? For real though, I'm 3 feet away. Please stop shouting. Also I don't seem nearly so quiet if you just shut the duck up once in a while and let someone else talk. So how do you do? Insert literally anything. I have Simbrachydactyly and was born with no fingers. I get asked a lot of questions. Also I text using SwiftKey, like swipe. I know that's what you were wondering. Holy crap. Thank you for the silver. And I was not expecting this to turn into an ask me anything. But I'll try to get to everybody. Also edit it. I did used to use swipe. Now I use SwiftKey. I will post pics of how I knit and crochet. I know it's hard to imagine, but true. Thanks for all the questions, support and interest in my sex life. Them. What do you do for a living? Me. Retail. Them. Oh. Me. Yeah, I hate it too. Oh. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Which is a thing people only say about things they think something is wrong with. Why don't you get a haircut? As a dude with long hair, I feel your pain. My son has hair past his shoulders. The amount of rude ass people who say oh my god, that's a boy, when I say this is my son, name, and most don't leave it at that. They keep going. He looks like a girl. That's a boy, really, right in front of him. He's only 4 but he dresses totally like a boy. He just has long hair. It's starting to hurt his feelings. He likes his hair. It's better now but people used to ask me, which part of Korea are you from? Then I would say north because I want to just duck around with them for asking stupid question. Then they would ask is that the good side or bad side? So jokes on me. Is that the good side or bad side? God, that made me laugh. How are you disabled? Oh, no, my name's Jim, and I'm fine. Thank you. Leg disabled. People don't ask me questions. Why? Hey wait, that's illegal. Do you think vaccines caused your children's autism? Nah, they had it before we vaccinated them. But by doing so they now have super autism, a rare disorder only dumb ducks like you might swallow. How is everything going with the adoption process? I put on a brave face and answer optimistically when in reality the process has not been going well. I know people are genuinely interested and don't mean harm, but it's a tough question to answer without breaking down. Working in the emergency department on the trauma team, and previously working for the fire department, people ask me all the time what's the worst craziest thing have you seen? Or sometimes people reference some hospital TV drama or Chicago fire, asking if it's really like the TV shows. I don't want to relive the worst things I've ever seen. There is a reason I go to therapy every week. And no, it's not like TV. Not every patient has some life or death thing. Most patients are treated like a walk-in clinic and could have saved loads of time and money going to an urgent care or calling their doctor. Yeah, I'll echo this one. Military, fire, police, medical. This is like the go-to question. Great way to kill a conversation. How's the weather up there? Double quote. Do you play basketball? My friend, who's also 6 feet 7 inches responds with, do you play mini golf? Almost everyone. Is that your married name? Me. Nope. Never been married. Almost everyone. Oh, so that's your maiden name? Me. Yup. My father is full-blooded Hispanic and my mother is basically all Irish. I take after my mom. Fair skin, freckles, blue eyes. So when they see my very Spanish last name, without fail, that is pretty much the exact conversation every time. Like, yes, a white girl can be half Hispanic. Is that a violin? It says viola on the case for duck's sake. Oh, you're the guy 2 set violin always makes fun of. Why don't you smile more? I'm not a happy person and see no purpose in hiding my pain behind a fake smile. A week after my mom died, I went back to work. I was working and an older male customer, I'm a young female, came up to me and said, "You should smile more," in a condescending tone. I said, "Oh, excuse me for not wanting a smile when my mother has just died." He walked away pretty quick, ducking a hole. I am married and we have one young child. Is he going to get a brother/sister anytime soon? Or some other variation, especially from someone you barely know or just met. Listen, everything about having kids is personal. From the act of procreation to the impact on your life to the financial considerations. Not to mention the feelings about it from the parents, which may not always be aligned. Like please, I told you my kid's name and how old he is. Now you wanna bypass superficial acquaintance small talk and go right to deeply personal plans for our life? I had a horrendous pregnancy and my daughter was born early. People ask me, so when are you having another, and when I explain it's because I almost ducking died the first time, the counter is almost always oh, but every pregnancy is different. It pisses off both me and my husband, who got to watch me be strapped to a bed with multiple IVs and monitoring devices during the week I was in the hospital. Yeah sure, the next one might actually kill me. Will you have children in the future? They changed my life and made me happier, and you should experience the same thing. Even if you're lesbian you still can have children. Yada yada. No, I would not, for the reasons. I know deep in my soul that I'm not a parent type because I have bad patience and can get annoyed fast. I'm happy with my current freedom. I just don't want it. When are y'all going to have a baby? My wife and I have been married for 4 years and we had a miscarriage last year. I know not everyone knows about it and they mean well, but it still brings up a sore spot in our relationship that neither of us had any control over, so it's difficult to just laugh it off. PS, my wife is actually 7 weeks pregnant now, so we are hoping for the best this time around. I wish you the absolute best. Miscarriages affect 1/4 women. People should really know better than asking. There are 2 reasons why people don't have children. They don't want children at all, or right now. They are trying, have tried, and are dealing with miscarriages, infertility. There is no good reason to ask this question. I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. 3. This is gonna get lost since the post is so old, but I'll get it off my chest anyway. I've had a speech impediment since I was able to talk. I stutter on words at seemingly random times. Really no specific pattern or sound. When I get nervous or pressure is really high. As a kid I couldn't string more than a few words together. But through school and into college it got much better. As an adult I really don't have many issues in normal conversation. But I absolutely hate having to introduce myself in a group setting, conference meeting, etc. I seem to stutter on my name 90% of the time. It's pretty embarrassing. Anyway, the question I hate is when someone asks, "Did you forget your name?" Ugh. I don't know what kind of rock they've lived under, but it completely turns me off from that person for years. Mostly it's meant to be a harmless joke, but if they'd simply put 1 and 1 together they'd realize how thoughtless the comment was. Anyway, that's it. Why did you cry? It wasn't worth crying for. Shut up. As a British male living abroad, when people find out I'm British they always ask which team I support. I'm not the slightest bit interested in football, and after 20 years I still haven't worked out a suitably funny answer to the question. Any ideas? The Eastershire North Southwesterners. Why don't you have a degree and are married with kid like twin sister's name? Because although we are twins, we are completely separate people. As a girl who always has at least 1 or 2 male friends at all times, are you guys dating? Of course. Usually backed up by "you guys should date," or "I ship you too," or "you would make such a cute couple." Seriously, just stop. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.